Ce qu'any other. Thank you for coming, ladies and gentlemen, and supporting young people in making, hopefully, a really great evening of performing arts. A few things for your attention. Now it would be an ideal time for you to switch off the thing that might go off in the middle of the show. So if you want to put your mobile phones on silent, now would be the best time to do that. In the unlikely event that we have a fire this evening, which we're not planning, then we muster at the front and we go through that way. There's the fire exit. Okay. In terms of restrooms or toilets, as some people call them, then I will translate for you. If you are English, then the ladies are on the ground floor and the gents is on the first floor. For those people who don't think like that, then the ladies are on the first floor and the gents is on the second floor.
And on bacons.
There will be an interval of about 20 minutes in the middle for you to purchase food, the proceeds for which will go towards our project for the Model United Nations. There is a mistake in the programme. Unfortunately, the sound could not be done by Lydia's speaker, so we are indebted to Mr. Cook for stepping in at very short notice and doing a great job with the sound. I'd like to welcome you on behalf of myself. My name's Chris Carter, if you don't know who I am. I'm a music teacher these days in this place, and this is the first time I've been involved in a public performance at GDQ. And myself and Miss Jones, who's been the stalwart producer and is doing a fantastic job, even as we speak, getting the actors in position for the start of the play. I'd like you to think of tonight as an opportunity to encourage the actors in the work that they're doing. So if you find that what they're doing is amusing, please laugh. And if you find what they do moving in other ways, then do applaud and encourage them right the way through. They do a terrific choreography dance at one point, which is really worth applauding. Particular mention needs to be given to Catherine Hoppy and Hannah Agoli, for whom this is, as seniors, their final opportunity to perform on the stage here at GDQ. We have, some seats are not brilliant, we have to be honest about with the pillars. And if you want to move, do feel free to do so. But just be aware that we do use the aisles, both this aisle and that aisle, during the performance. So please don't get tripped up there. And finally, I think that's it. I'm just going to pray, because we're going to commit the evening to God. Let's pray. Father God, it's great to know that you are interested in every aspect of our lives, including performing arts. And so we give the evening to you. We pray especially for our actors, that you'll help them as they need to remember lines, and that they will be able to deliver a really delightful, entertaining evening. Be with them and help them to do their very best. We commit the evening in the name of Jesus Christ, our Lord. Amen. Amen. Much ado about nothing.
The name's Barry, Dog Barry, Chief Security Officer for Leonardo and Company. Now, I know what you're thinking. What could possibly happen at a little family law firm? Well, it turns out quite a bit. Like the time when I had to investigate about two young lovers who secretly got married and ended up killing themselves in the name of love. Teenagers those days. Or the other time when 4 young lovers got lost in the woods and kept talking about fairies. Teenagers those days. But my most amnesious memory is the almost canceled wedding that ended up causing a fake death, but turned out all right in the end episode. Or what I like to call it, Much Ado About Nothing. This is where I single-handedly saved my whole employer's family from disgrace, dyspepsia, and even death. What, you haven't heard about it? Well, let me enliven you. It was a dark and stormy night. No, it was actually a routine day in the office when Leonardo got a message.
I learned in this letter that Don Pedro of Aragon comes this night to Messina.
He should be very near by this hour. He was not 3 leagues off when I met him.
And I find here that he hath bestowed much honor on a young Florentine called Claudio.
Much deserved on his part, and eagerly remembered by Don Pedro. He hath borne himself beyond the promise of his age, doing in the figure of a lamb the feats of lions. He has indeed better expectation than you expect of me to tell you now.
He hath an uncle here in Messina that will be very much glad of it.
I've already delivered him letters, and indeed there appears much joy in him, so much that joy could not show itself modest enough without a badge of bitterness.
Did he break out into tears?
In great measure.
A kind overflow of kindness. There are no faces truer than those that are thus washed. How much better it is to weep at joy than to joy at weeping.
I pray you, hath Monsieur Lac-Gall returned from the wars, or no?
I know none of that name, lady, nor was there none such in the army of any sort.
What is he that you ask for, niece?
My cousin Monsieur Benedict of Padua.
Oh, he's returned, and as pleasant as he ever was.
I pray you, how many hath he killed and eaten in these wars? But how many hath he killed? For I have promised to eat all of his killing.
Faith, niece, you tax Signor Benedict too much. But he'll be meet with you, I doubt it not.
He has done good service, lady, in these wars.
You have musty victual, and he hath hope to eat it. He is a very valiant treacherman, and he hath an excellent stomach.
And a good soldier too, lady.
And a good soldier too, a lady. But what is he to a lord?
A lord to a lord, a man to a man, and stuffed with all honorable virtues.
Yes, it is so indeed. He is nothing more than a stuffed man. But as for the stuffing, well, we are all mortal.
You must not, sir, mistake my niece. There's a kind of merry war between Signor Benedict and her. They never meet, but there is a skirmish of wits between them.
Alas, he gets nothing by that. In our last conflict, 4 of his 5 wits went halting off, and left the whole man governed but with one, enough to keep himself warm at night, and to bear him a difference between himself and his horse. For it is all the money he hath left in the world, to be known a reasonable creature. Now tell me, who is his new companion? He hath every month a new sworn brother.
Isn't possible.
Very easily possible. He wears his faith by the fashion of his hat. It ever changes with the next block.
I see, lady. The gentleman is not in your books.
No, and he were, I would burn my study. But I pray you, who is his new companion? Is there no young squire that will journey with him to the devil?
He is most in the company of the right noble Claudio.
Oh, Lord, he will hang upon him like a disease. He is sooner caught than the pestilence, and the taker runs presently mad. God help the noble Claudio, for if he hath caught the Benedict, it will cost him £1,000 ere to be cured.
I will hold friends with you, lady.
Do, good friend.
You will never run mad, niece.
No, not until a hot January.
Don Pedro is approaching.
Good Signora Leonata, you are come to meet your trouble. The fashion of the world is to avoid cost, yet you encounter it.
Never came trouble to my house in the likeliness of your grace. For, trouble being gone, comfort should remain. But when you are gone from me, sorrow abides and happiness takes his leave.
You embrace your charge too willingly. I believe this is your daughter.
Indeed she is.
And fair as any woman I'll vouch. But I wonder if any of her sex should be enough to entitle a knight of our ranking.
I wonder that you still be talking, Signor Benedict. Nobody marks you.
What, my dear Lady Disdain? Are you yet living?
Is it possible disdain should die when it hath such meat food to feed it as Signor Benedict? Courtesy itself must convert to disdain if you come in her presence.
Is courtesy a turncoat? But it is certain I am loved of all ladies, only you excepted. And I would I could find in my heart that I had not a hard heart, for truly, I love none.
Oh, a dear happiness to women. I thank God in my cold blood I am of your humor for that. I'd rather hear my dog bark at a crow than a man swear he loves me.
God thank your ladyship for that. Or some gentleman or other shall escape a predestined scratched face.
Scratching could not make it worse, toward such a face as yours were.
Well, you are a rare pair of teacher.
Better a bird of my tongue than a beast of yours.
I would my horse had the speed of your tongue, and so good a continuer. But keep your way. In God's name, I have done.
You always end with a jade's trick. I know you of old.
That is the sum of all, Leonata. Signor Claudio and Signor Benedict, my dear friend Leonata hath invited you all. I tell her, we shall remain at least a month, and she heartily prays some occasion may detain us longer. I dare swear she is no hypocrite, but prays from her heart.
If you swear, my lord, you shall not be forsworn.
But wait, my lady, I trust that my brother, Don John, is also welcomed? Surely he hath opposed us in the past, yet he hath repented, and we embrace him again, both as a brother and a friend.
But of course, my lord, any friend of yours is welcome here. You must tell him that he is our honored guest. Please at your grace lead on.
Your hand, Leonata, we shall go together.
Benedict, didst thou note the daughter of Signora Leonata?
I noted her not, but I looked on her.
Is she not a modest young lady?
Do you ask me as an honest man should for my true and simple judgment? Or would you have me answer after my custom, as being a professed tyrant to their sex?
No, I pray thee speak in sober judgment.
Why? In faith, methinks she is too low for a high praise, too brown for a fair praise, and too little for a great praise. Only this commendation can I afford her, that were she other than she is, I do not like her, and being but as she is, I do not like her.
Thou thinkest I am in sport. I pray thee, tell me truly, Benedict, how thou likest her.
Would you buy her that you inquire after her?
Can the world buy such a jewel?
Nay, and a case to put it into. When speaking this with a sad brow, or you play the flouting jack? Come, in what key shall a man take you to go in the song?
In mine eyes, she is the sweetest lady that ever I looked on.
I can see yet without spectacles, and I see no such matter. Now there's her cousin. Were she not possessed with such fury, exceeds her as much in beauty as the 1st of May doth the last of December. But I hope you have no intent to turn husband, have you?
Though I had sworn the contrary, I could scarce trust myself if Hero were to be my wife.
Hast come to this? Hath not the world one man, but that he will wear his cap with suspicion? Shall I never see a bachelor of 80 again? Go to in faith, and thou wilt need thrust thy neck into a yoke, wear the print of it, and sigh away Sundays. Look, Don Pedro is returned to seek you.
What secret hath held you here that you follow not to Leonata's?
I would your grace would constrain me to tell.
I charge thee on thy allegiance.
Count Claudio. I can be as secret as a dumb man, and I would have you believe so. On my allegiance, mark you this, on my allegiance. He is in love. And with who? Now that's your grace's part. With Hero, Leonardo's short daughter.
If this was so, so grunted.
It is not so, nor 'twas not so, and God forbid it should be so.
If my passion change not shortly, God forbid it should be otherwise.
Amen, if you love her, for the girl is very well worthy.
You speak this to fetch me in, my lord.
By my troth, I speak my thought.
And in faith, my lord, I spoke mine.
And by my two faiths and troths, my lord, I spoke mine.
That I love her, I feel.
That she is worthy, I know.
That I neither feel that she can be loved, nor know that she can be worthy, is the opinion that fire cannot melt out of me. I will die in it at the stake.
Thou wast ever an obstinate heretic in this spite of love.
And never could maintain his part, but in the force of his will.
That a woman conceived me, I thank her. That she brought me up, I likewise give her the most humble thanks. But that I shall have a reed winded in my forehead, all women shall pardon me. Because I will do none the wrong to mistrust any, I shall do myself the right to trust none. And the fine is, for the which I may go the finer, I shall live a bachelor.
I shall see thee, ere I die, look pale with love.
With hunger, with sickness, or with pain, my lord, but not with love.
Well, if ever thou dost fall from this faith, that would prove a notable argument.
And if I do, hang me in a bottle like a cat, and shoot at me. And he that hits me, let him be clapped on the shoulder and called Adam.
Well, as time shall try, in time the savage bull doth bear the yoke.
The savage bull man. But if ever the sensible Benedict hear it, let his horns be plucked from his forehead and set in my own, and let me be vilely painted, and in such great letters as to write, "Here you may see good horse to hire." Let them signify under my sign, "Here you may see Benedict, the married man."
Well, you temporize with the hours. In the meantime, good Signor Benedict, repair to Leonata's, commend me to her, and tell her I will not fail her at supper, for indeed, she hath made a great preparation.
I have almost matter enough in me for such an embassage, and so I commit you.
Is true, Claudio? Dost thou affect the fair hero?
My lord, when you went onward on this ended action, I looked upon her with a soldier's eye that liked, but had a rougher task in hand than to drive that liking to the name of love. But now that I am returned, and the war thoughts have left their places vacant, in their rooms come thronging soft and delicate desires, all prompting me how fair young Hero is, saying I liked her ere I went to wars.
Thou wilt be like a lover presently, and tire the hero with a book of words. If thou dost love fair hero, cherish it, and I will break with her, and thou shalt have her. Was not to this end that thou beganst to twist so fine a story?
How sweetly you do minister to love, that knows love's grief by his complexion. But lest my liking might too sudden seem, I would have salved it with a longer treatise.
Look, I see what will serve as fit. I know we shall have revelry tonight. I will assume thy part in some disguise, and tell fair hero I am Claudio, and in her bosom I'll unclasp my heart, and take her hearing prisoner with the force and strong encounter of my amorous tale. Then, after, to her mother I will break, and the conclusion is, she shall be thine. In practice, let us put it present.
And just like that, they hatched a plan. Personally, I don't know what Don Pedro was thinking. Dress up as Claudio to win Hero's heart? Why couldn't Claudio do that? But then, they didn't ask me. Claudio thought it was a great idea, and everyone happily started getting ready for the ball. Everyone, that is, except for Don Pedro's evil brother, Don John. Don John had always hated his brother and all his brother's friends. They had recently been engaged in a lawsuit over the family estate, and Don John was close to stealing it away from his brother. But Don Pedro proved that it was rightfully his in the end. Don John was still pretty bitter about the whole thing, so when he heard about Claudia's plan to win Hero's heart, he decided it was time to ingratiate some mischief.
Was not Don John here at supper tonight?
I saw him not.
How tartly that gentleman looks. I never can see him, but I am heartburned an hour after.
He is of a very melancholy disposition.
You are a perfect man that were made in the midway between him and Benedict. One is too much like an image and says nothing, and the other is too much like my lady's eldest son, ever more tattling.
Then half of Signor Benedict's tongue in Count John's mouth, and half of Count John's melancholy in Signor Benedict's face.
With a good leg and a good foot on't, and enough money in his purse. Such a man would win any woman in the world, if you could win her good graces, that is.
By my troth, niece, thou wilt never get thee a husband if thou be so shrewd of tongue.
For which blessing I am at him every morning and every evening on my knees. Lord, I could not endure a husband with a beard on his face. I'd rather lie in the woolen.
You may light on a husband that hath no beard.
And what should I do with him? Dress him in my apparel and making my waiting gentlewoman? He that hath no beard is less than a man, and he that hath a beard is more than a youth. And he that is less than a man, I am not for him. And he that is more than a youth, he is not for me.
Well, niece, I do hope to see you one day fitted with a husband.
Not till God make man out of some other metal than earth. Daughter, remember what I told you. If the prince do solicit you in that way, you know your answer.
Come, the revelers are entering. Make good room.
You walk about with your friends.
So you walk softly and smile sweetly and say nothing. I'm yours for the walk, and especially when I walk away.
With me in your company.
I may say so when I please.
I might please you to say so. Speak low, if you speak loud.
Nay, you shall pardon me.
Nor will you tell me who you are?
Not now.
That I was disdainful, and that I had my good wit out of the 100 merry tales? Well, this is Signor Benedict that said so.
What's he?
I'm sure you know him well enough.
Not I, believe me.
Has he never made you laugh?
Pray you, what is he?
Why, he is the prince's jester, a very dull fool. His only talent is in devising impossible slanders, and none but libertines delight in him. The commendation is not his wit, but his villainy, for he both pleases men and angers them, and then they laugh at him and beat him.
Then a nosy gentleman. I'll tell him what you say.
Do.
I bear you an urgent message from Don John. He urges you to read it presently.
Claudio, stand your guard. The prince woos for himself, but Hero may be his. I have heard him swear his affection and pledge to marry her tonight. Alas, friendship is constant in all other things, save in the office and affairs of love. This is an accident of hourly proof, which I mistrusted not. Indeed, what is there to do now than to give up on this chase that has just begun? Therefore, farewell, Hero.
Oh, Claudio.
Yea, the same.
Come, will you go with me?
Whither, Benedict?
About your own business. For the prince? I've got your hero.
And I wish him joy of her.
But did you think he would have served you thus?
I pray you, Benedict, leave me in peace.
Oh, he strangled the blind man. 'Twas the boy who stole your meat. Now you'll be the post.
If you have not the mercy to honour a forlorn man's wish, I'll leave you.
Alas, poor hurt fowl. Now will he creep away into sedges. That my lady Beatrice should know me, and not know me? The prince is fool! Ha! It may be that I go by that because I am married. Yea, but so I am apt to do myself wrong. I am not so reputed. It is the base, the bitter disposition of Beatrice that puts the world into her person and so gives me up. Well, I'll be revenged as I may.
Now, senor, where's the count? Did you see him?
Hi, my lord. But he responded with a flat transgression of a schoolboy, who, after finding for himself a bird's nest, showed it to his companion who stole it from him.
Nay, I will but teach them to sing, and then restore them to the owner.
If their singing answer your saying, my lord, so be it.
The lady Beatrice hath a quarrel to you. The gentleman who danced with her told her she is much wronged by you.
Oh, she misused me past the endurance of a block. She told me, not knowing I had been myself, that I was the court's jester, that I was duller than a great thought, huddling jest upon jest with such impossible conveyance that I stood there like a man of my mark, a whole army shooting at me. She speaks poniards and every word stabs. If her breath were as terrible as her terminations, there were no living near her.
Look, here she comes.
Will your grace command me any service to the world's end? I will go on the slightest errand now to the antipodes that you can devise to send me. I will fetch you a toothpicker from the furthest inch of Asia. Bring you a leg that Prester John's foot. Fetch you a hair from the great Cham's beard. Do any embassage to the pygmies, rather than have me hold 3 words conference with this harpy. Do you have no employment for me?
None, but to desire your good company.
Oh God, sir, there's a dish I love not. I cannot endure my lady tongue.
Come, lady, come. You have lost the heart of Signor Benedict.
Indeed, my lord. He lent it to me a while, and I gave him use for it. A double heart for his single one. Marry, once before he won it of me with false dice. Therefore, your grace may indeed say I have lost it.
You have put him down, lady. You have put him down.
So that he should not do me, my lord, unless I should prove to be the mother of fools. I have come and brought you Count Claudio, whom he sent me to seek.
Wherefore are you sad, Count?
Not sad, my lord.
How then? Sick?
Neither, my lord.
The Count is neither sad, nor sick, nor merry, nor well, but civil. Civil as an orange, and something of that jealous complexion.
In faith, lady, I think your blazing to be true. Though, I'll be sworn, should he be so, his conceit is false. Here, Claudio, I have wooed in thy name, and fair hero is won. Name the day of marriage, and God give thee joy.
Count, take of me my daughter, and with her my fortunes. His grace hath made a match of it, and may a grace say amen to it.
Sweet Count, 'tis your cue.
Silence is but the perfectest herald of joy. I were but little happy if I could say how much. Lady, as you are mine, I am yours. I give myself away and dote upon the exchange.
Good Lord for alliance, and so flies everyone into the sun. But I am sunburnt. I should stand in the corner and cry, hey ho for a husband.
Niece, will you look to those things I told you of?
Oh, cry you mercy, aunt, by your grace's pardon.
By my troth, she is a pleasant-spirited lady, yet she cannot endure to hear tell of a husband.
Oh, by no means. She mocks all her wooers out of suit.
She were an excellent wife for Benedict.
Oh, Lord, my lord, if they were but a week married, they would talk themselves mad.
County Claudio, when mean you to go to church?
Tomorrow, my lord. Time goes on crutches till love has all its rights.
Not until Monday, my dear son, which is but a just 7 night, and a time too brief to have all things settled in my mind.
Come, you shake your head at so long a breathing. Yet, I warn thee, Claudio, the time will not go dully by us. I will, in the interim, attempt to undertake one of Hercules' labors, which is to bring Signor Benedict and the Lady Beatrice into a mountain of affection, the one for the other. I would fain have it a match, and I doubt not what to fashion it, should you three but minister such assistance as I so give you direction.
My lord, I am for you, though it cost me 10 nights' watching.
And I, my lord.
And you too, gentle hero?
I will do any modest office to help my cousin to a good husband.
And Benedict is not the unhopefullest husband. Yet despite of his quick wit and his queasy stomach, he shall fall in love with Lady Beatrice. If we can do this, Cupid is no longer an archer. His glory shall be ours, for we are the only love gods. Go in. I will tell you my drift.
So, there you have it. Claudia and Hero were set up to have a fairy tale wedding, and in a few days, everyone was conspiring to set up Benedict and Beatrice. What they didn't know was that the dastardly John was making the plan of his own. He was still determined to cancel off Claudia and Hero's wedding, so he hatched an elaborate plot. One of his henchmen would sneak up the balcony and would be seen kissing a woman. Don John would know that this woman was just a servant, but Claudia would think that this woman was a hero, and thus cancel the wedding. Again, what is up with these people and their crazy schemes? I don't know what their problem is. Meanwhile, Don John leads his plan. Everyone was conspiring to set up Benedict and Beatrice.
I do much wonder how one man, seeing how much another man is a fool when he dedicates himself to love, will, after he has already laughed at such shallow follies in others, become the argument of his own scorn by failing in love. And such a man is Claudio. I have known when beautiful walked 10 miles afoot to see a good armor. And now will he lie 10 nights awake, carving for himself the fashion of a new doublet. I have known when there was no music in him but the drum and the fife. And now, had he rather hear the tabor and the pipe? He was wont to speak plain and to the fashion, like an honest man, and a soldier. Now he hath turned orthography, his very words a fantastical banquet, just so many strange dishes. Shall I be converted, and see yet with these eyes? I cannot tell. I think not. One woman is wise, yet I am well. Another fair, yet I am well. Another virtuous, yet still I am well. But till all these virtues be in one woman shall not enter my grace. Rich she shall be, that's certain. Wise, or I'll none. Fair, or I'll never look on her. Mild, come not near me. Noble, or not I for an angel. Of good discourse, an excellent musician. And her hair shall be whatever color it pleases God. Ha! The prince and Monsieur Love shall hide me under here.
Come, Don Pedro, shall we hear this music?
Nay, my young lord, how still the evening is. It needs no harmony.
See you where Benedict hath hid himself.
Very well, the net is laid. Come, what was it you told me of today, that Beatrice was in love with Signor Benedict? I did never think that lady would have loved any man.
No, nor I neither. But most wonderful that she should so dote on Senor Benedict, whom she hath in all outward appearances seemed ever to have called.
Is possible? Sits the wind in that corner?
By my troth, my lord, I know not what to think of it, but that she loves him with enraged affection. It is hardly infinite thought.
Nay, surely she doth but counterfeit.
Counterfeit? There was never counterfeit of passion came so near the life of passion, as she so encounters it.
Why? What effects of passion shows she? Bait the hook well, this fish will bite.
Well, I have heard from my fair hero that she'll be up 5, 10, 20. She'll be up 20 times a night, and there she will sit till she have written her smock a sheet of paper professing her love for Benedict. And then, down upon her knees will she fall, weep, sob, tear her hair, pray, curse. Oh, sweet Benedict, God, give me patience.
It were good that you should discover it by some other, if she will not tell him of it.
Oh, but to what end? He would make but a sport of it and torment the poor lady worse.
And he should. It were an alms to hang him. She's an excellent sweet lady, and out of all suspicion, she is virtuous.
And she is exceeding wise.
In everything but in loving Benedict.
Here I think surely she will die. For she will die if you love her not, and she will die if you woo her, and she will die if she make her love known, rather than bate one breath of her accustomed crossness.
She doth well. If she should make tender of her love, 'tis very possible he'll scorn it, for the man, as you know, hath a contemptible spirit.
He is a very proper man.
He doth indeed have a good outward happiness.
Before God, and in my mind very wise.
He doth indeed show some sparks that are like wit.
And I take him to be valiant.
I love Benedict well, and I would wish that he would modestly examine himself to see how much he is unworthy so good a lady. Ah, but methinks I hear the dinner bell yonder. My lord, will you walk?
If you do not dote on her upon this, I will never trust my expectation.
Let us send her to call him into dinner.
This cannot be. The conference was sadly born. They have the truth of this from Hero. They seem to the lady. It seems her affections have their full bent. Love me? Why, it must be requited. They say the lady is fair. 'Tis true, I can bear them witness. And virtuous. 'Tis so, I cannot reprove it. And wise, but for loving me? By my troth, it is no addition to her wit, nor no great argument to her folly. For I shall be horribly in love. I may chance have some odd quirks and remnants of wit broken on me, because I have railed so long against marriage. But doth not the appetite alter? A man loves to me in his youth, that he cannot endure in his age. Shall these quips and sentences and paper bullets of the brain awe a man from the career of his humor? No, the world must be peopled. When I said I would die a bachelor, I did not think I would live till the day I were married. Here comes Beatrice. By this day, she's a fair lady. I do spice marks of love in her.
Against my will, I have come to bid thee to dinner.
Lady Beatrice, I thank thee for thy pains.
I took no more pains in those things than you took to thank me. If it had been painful, I would have not come.
You take pleasure, then, in the message?
Yea, as much pleasure as you may take against a knife's point. You have no stomach, signor. I bid you farewell.
Ha! Against my will, I am sent to bid you come in to dinner. There's a double meaning in that. I took no more pains for those thanks than you took pains to thank me. If I do, that's as much to say, any pains you take for me are as easy as thanks. If I do not take pity on her, I am a villain. I shall go now to dinner.
Oh, yeah. It happened. Benedict had hopelessly fallen in love. Now they need to get Beatrice on board.
Hark, mother, look where Beatrice, like a lapwing, runs close to the ground to her conference. Let us go near, that her ear lose nothing of the false sweet bait that we lay for it. No, truly, she is too disdainful. I know her spirits are coy and wild.
But are you sure that Benedict loves Beatrice so entirely?
So says the prince, and my new trust lord.
And did they bid you tell her of it?
They did entreat me to acquaint her of it, but I persuaded them, if they loved Benedict, to wish him rest with his affection, and never let Beatrice know of it.
Why did you so? Doth not the gentleman deserve as much as should be afforded any man?
Aye, surely he doth deserve, as much as may be yielded to a man. But nature never framed a woman's heart of prouder stuff than that of Beatrice. Disdain and scorn write sparkling in her eyes, misprizing what they look on. She cannot love, nor take on no project of affection.
Sure. Such sporting, if Benedict knew of this, oh dear, and if she knew of it, she would make such sport of him.
No, such harping cannot be commendable. Yet, who should tell her of it? If I should speak, she would mock me out of myself, laugh me to death with wit. Therefore, let Benedict, like covered fire, consume away in silence, waste inwardly. It were better death than die with mocks, which is as bad as die with tickling.
Nay, do not do your cousin such a wrong. She cannot be so much without true judgment. Having such a swift and excellent wit as she is prized to have, as to refuse such a rare gentleman as Signor Benedict. Surely, Signor Benedict,
for shape, forbearing, argument, and valor, is above all else.
But come, daughter, let us take counsel together concerning what attire is best to furnish you tomorrow.
She's caught, I warned you.
If it proves so, loving goes by halves. Some Cupid kills with arrows, some with tracks.
Oh, what fire is in my ears? Can this be true? Stand I condemned for scorn and pride so much? Content, farewell, maiden pride, adieu, for no glory lives behind the back of such. And Benedict, love on. I will requite thee, taming my wild heart to thy loving hand.
I do but stay till your marriage is consummate. Then I go toward Aragon.
I'll bring you thither, my lord, if you'll vouchsafe me.
Nay, that would be as great a soil in the new gloss of your marriage as to show a child a new coat and forbid him to wear it. I will only be bold with Benedict for his company, for the man, as you know, is full of mirth. He hath a heart as sound as the bell, and his tongue is the clapper, for what his heart thinks, his tongue speaks.
Nice shirt.
Gallant,
No, it looked great.
I am not as I have been.
So say I. Methinks you are sadder.
Methinks he be in love.
I go through it. There's no true drop of blood in him to be truly touched by love. If he be sad, he wants money.
I have the toothache.
Draw it.
Hang it.
Now you must hang it first and draw it afterwards.
What? Sigh for the toothache?
Well, this is no charm for the toothache. Everyone can master grief, but he that has it.
Yet say I, he's in love.
There is no appearance of fancy in him, unless it be a fancy that he hath to strange disguises.
No, surely, if he be not in love with some woman, there is no believing old signs. Look, the barber's man hath been seen with him. And when was he ever wont to wash his face? The greatest note of it, Don Pedro, is in his melancholy.
Indeed, that tells a heavy tale for him. Conclude that he is in love.
Why do you do this to me? I shall depart, for truly I have studied 8 or 9 wise words that you hobby horses mustn't hear.
For my life, he is surely in love with the Lady Beatrice.
Oh, 'tis even so. Leonata and Hero have by this hour played their parts with Beatrice. And two bears will not bite each other when they next meet.
Sir, I have an urgent message for your grace and Sir Claudio from your brother, Don John.
Thank you. What? This can't be.
What says your brother, good lord?
It is strange tidings which I can hardly think true, but as they concern you, you should hear of them, though they may tear your soul in twain. He says, "You may think I love you not, let that appear hereafter. I write to tell you, the fair hero is disloyal."
Hero?
Thus says my brother.
Disloyal?
Those are his words. He says, "The world is too good to paint out her wickedness. Go but with me tonight. You shall see her chamber window entered, even the night before her wedding day. If you love her then, tomorrow wed her, but it would better fit your honor to change your mind."
May this be so?
I surely think not. It methinks 'tis wise to see should these foul rumors be true.
If I see anything tonight, why I should not marry her tomorrow in the congregation where I should wed, there I will shame her.
And as I wooed for thee to obtain her, I will join with thee to disgrace her. But let us disparage her no further, till we bear witness and let the evidence show itself.
Oh, hero, what hast thou done?
This is where I come into the story. Don Pedro and Clyde were somehow fooled by Don John's poorly written letter to fall prey to his scheme. They went under Hero's window that night and saw a woman kissing a stranger. And they fell for it. These people are too much. Thankfully, me and my men were keeping watch around the house tonight, and we saw a suspicious figure trying to climb the wall after midnight. We thought it was a robber, and after a few karate chops and taekwondo moves, we arrested the scoundrel. He told us the whole plot, like all of them, to get out of trouble, and I knew that I had to bring it to Leonardo fast, before he ruined the wedding.
What would you with me, honest neighbor?
Mary, ma'am, I would desire some confidence that discerns you near me.
Brief, I pray you, for you see it is a busy time with me.
Yes, in truth, ma'am, it is. It is just as it has been and always will be.
Oh, what is it, friend?
I fear I speak a little off the matter, ma'am. An old man, ma'am, and my wits were not as blunt as, God help, I would desire they were. But, in faith, I'm as honest as the skin between my brows. And I thank God that there's no man honester than I, that is an old man and living.
Neighbor, you are tedious.
But it pleases you to say so, for I am the poor Duke's officer. But if I were as tedious as a king, I could find it in my heart to bestow it all of you and your household.
All like tediousness on me?
Yea, and for £1,000 more than this. For I hear as good an exclamation as of any man, and though I be but a poor man, I am glad to hear it.
I would fain know what you have to say.
One word, man. My watchman hath indeed apprehended 2 auspicious figures, and we would have them this morning examined before your worship.
Take their examination thyself and bring it me. I am now in great haste, as it may appear unto you.
It shall be succulents.
Come. It is nearly time to give your daughter to her husband.
I will wait upon them. I am ready. Neighbor, go forth and report whatever it is your business may be.
I thought I did a pretty good job of explaining myself, but Leonardo just didn't seem to get it. Instead of listening, she went ahead and started the wedding after all. And let me tell you, it didn't go well.
Come, Friar Francis, be brief. Only to the plain and simple form of marriage, and you shall recount their particular duties afterwards.
You come hither, my lord, to marry this lady?
No.
To be married to her. Friar, you come to marry her.
Lady, you come hither to be married to this count?
I do.
If either of you know any inward impediment why you should not be conjoined, charge it on your souls to utter it.
Know you any, hero?
None, my lord.
Know you any count?
I dare make his answer. None.
Or what men dare do, what men may do, what men daily do, knowing not what they do.
How now? Interjections?
Standing by, friar. Leonardo, by your leave, will you, with free and unconstrained soul, give me this maid, your daughter?
As freely said as God did give her me.
And what have I that could possibly counterpoise this rich and precious gift?
Nothing, unless you render her again.
You learn me noble thankfulness. There, Leonardo, take her back again. Give not this rotten orange to your friend. She's but the sign and semblance of her honour. Behold how like a maid she blushes here. Oh, what cunning sin and authority can blood cover itself withal? Comes not this blood as modest evidence to witness simple virtue? Would you not swear, all you that see her, that she were a maid by these exterior shows? But she is none. She knows the heat of a luxurious bed. Her blush is guiltiness, not modesty.
What do you mean, my lord?
Not to be married, not to knit my soul to an approved wanton.
Dear my lord, if you in your own proof had vanquished the resistance of her youth, and made defeat of her virginity.
I know what you would say. If I had known her, you would say she did embrace me as a husband and so extenuate the forehand sin. No, Leonata, I never tempted her with word too large, but as a brother to his sister, showed bashful sincerity and comely love.
Seems I ever otherwise to you?
Out on the seeming. You seem to me like Diane in her orb, as chaste as the bud ere it be blown. But you are more intemperate in your blood than Venus, or those pampered animals that rage about in savage sensuality.
Is my lord well that he doth speak so wide?
Sweet prince, why speak not you?
What should I speak? I stand dishonored that I've gone about to link my dear friend to this common stale.
Are these things spoken, or do I but dream?
They are both spoken and they are true.
Leonata, stand I here? Is this face heroes? Are our eyes our own?
All this is so. But what of this, my lord?
Let me but move one question to your daughter, and by that parental and kindly power that you have in her, bid her to answer truly.
I charge thee do so as thou art my child.
Oh, God defend me! What kind of catechizing call you this?
To make you answer truly to your name.
Is it not Hero? Who can blot that name with any just reproach?
Marry, that can Hero. Hero itself can block out Hero's virtue. Now, if you're a maid, answer to this. What man was he that talked with you yesternight outside your window twixt 12 and 1?
I talked with no man at that hour, my lord.
Why then, are you no maiden?
Leonata,
I am sorry you must hear this, but upon mine honor, myself, my brother, and this good count did see her, hear her, at that hour last night, talk with a ruffian who, like a most liberal villain, hath confessed the vile encounters they have held 1,000 times in secret.
Oh, Hero, what a hero hadst thou been, if half thy outward graces had been placed about thy thoughts and counsels of thy heart. But fare thee well, most foul, most fair. Fare thee well, thou pure in piety and impious purity. For thee, I'll lock up all the gates of love, and on my eyelids shall conjecture hang, along with this clear mascara, to turn all thoughts of beauty into thoughts of harm, and never shall it seem more gracious.
Does no man have a dagger here for me?
Hero, cousin Hero, wherefore sink you down?
Come, these things come thus to light, smother her spirits up.
Oh, cousin Hero,
How does the lady?
Dead, I think.
Hero, how now, Hero?
O fate, take not away thy heavy hand. Death is the fairest cover for her shame that may be wished for.
Hero, how now, cousin?
have comfort, lady.
Dost thou look up?
Yea, wherefore should she not?
Wherefore? Why doth not every earthly thing cry shame upon her? Could she here deny the story that is printed in her blood? Do not live, Hero, do not ope thine eyes. For, did I think that thou wouldst not quickly die? Thought I thy spirits were stronger than thy shames? Myself would, on the reward of reproaches, strike at thy life. Grieved I? I had but one. Chid I for that at frugal nature's frame? Why had I one? Why wast thou ever lovely in mine eyes? Why had I not, with charitable hand, took up a beggar's issue at my gate? Smirched thus and mired with infamy, I might have said, no part of it is mine. This shame derives itself from unknown womb. But mine, and mine I loved, and mine I praised, and mine that I was proud on, and mine so much that I myself was to myself not mine, valuing of her. Was she is fallen Death drops too few to wash her clean again, and salt too little to season give to her foul, tainted flesh.
I pray thee, have patience. For my part, I am so attired in wonder that I know not what to say.
Oh, my cousin has been belied.
Were you her bedfellow last night?
No, in truth I was not. But I was this 12-month her bedfellow.
Confirm that it beats stronger still which before bartered with ribs of iron. Would the princess lie? Would Claudio lie that loved her so, that speaking of her foulness, washed it with tears? Hence from her! Let her die!
Hear me a little. By noting of the lady I have marked, 1,000 blushing apparitions to start into her face. Call me a fool, but if this lady lies not guilty, let's hear under some biting error. Lady, what man is he you are accused of?
They know that you accuse me. I know none. If I know more of any man alive than that which maiden modesty doth warrant, let all my sins lack mercy.
There's some strange misprison in the princess.
2 of them have the very bent of honor. And if their wisdoms be misled in this, the practice of it lies in the vile Don John.
I know not. If they speak the truth of her, these hands shall tear her. If they wrong her honor, the proudest of them shall hear of it. Time has not yet so dried this blood of mine, nor age so eat up my invention, nor fortune made such havoc of my means, nor this bad life rent me so much of good friends. But they shall find, awaked in such a kind, strength in limb and policy of mind, ability of means and choice of friends, to quit me of them thoroughly.
Pause a while. Let my counsel sway you in this case. Your daughter here, the princess, left for dead. Let her a while be secretly kept in. And on your family's old monument, hang all the mournful epitaphs and do all the rites that appertain unto a burial. Thus shall Claudio, when he shall hear that she died upon his words, the idea of her life shall sweetly creep in into the study of his imagination. Then shall he mourn, if love ever had any interest in his liver, wish she had not so accused her.
Yes, let the friar advise you in this. And though you know my inwardness and love is very much into the prince and Claudio, by mine honor I shall deal in this secretly.
Being that I flow in grief, the smallest twine may lead me.
'Tis well consented. Presently away, for the strained sore strangely they strain the cure. Come, lady, back to live. This wedding day is perhaps but prolonged. Have patience and endure.
Lady Beatrice, hast thou wept all this while?
Yea, and I will weep a while longer.
I do not desire that.
You have no reason. I do it freely.
Surely I do believe your fair cousin was wronged.
Oh, how much the man might deserve of me that would right her.
Is there any way to show such friendship?
A very even way, but no such friend.
May a man do it?
It is a man's office, but not yours.
Beatrice, I do love nothing in the world so well as you. Is not that strange?
As strange as a thing I know not. If it were possible for me to say that I love nothing so much as I love you, but believe me not, yet I lie not. I confess nothing, nor I deny nothing. I am sorry for my cousin.
By my sword, Beatrice, thou lovest me.
Do not swear and eat it.
I will swear by it that you love me, and make him eat it that says I love not you.
Do you not eat your word?
With no sauce that can be devised for it.
Why, then God forgive me.
What offense, sweet Beatrice?
If you had stayed me in my happy hour, I would have protested I loved you.
And do so with all thy heart.
I love you with so much of my heart that there is none left to protest.
Come, bid me do anything for thee.
Kill Claudio.
Ha! Not for the wide world!
You kill me to deny it. Very well.
Dare, sweet Beatrice!
Nay, I am gone. Though I am here, in faith, I will go.
Beatrice!
No, in faith, I will go.
By my sword, Beatrice, thou lovest me.
Oh God, that I were a man. Talk with a man outside of a window, a proper saying.
Thank you in your soul. The Count Claudio hath wronged your hero.
As sure as I have a thought or a soul.
Enough. I am engaged. I will challenge him. I shall kiss thy hand, and so I leave thee. By this hand, Claudio shall render me a dear account. As you hear of me, so think of me. Now go, comfort your cousin, for I must say she is dead. And so, farewell.
Drama, drama, drama. Everything always seems to go from bad to worse around here. Not only did Claudio and Hero publicly succeed in Claudia and Don Pedro, publicly succeed in humiliating Hero, her own mother actually believed it. Thankfully, that wise, understanding friar had some sense. Now Hero has to hide herself away while everyone believes that she is dead. Even worse, Benedict has to choose between challenging Claudia to a duel or giving up his hopes for a relationship with Beatrice. Can he actually work up the guts to kill Claudio? Personally, I will not condone murder. It is wrong, but it's his choice.
How now, Signor? What news comes from the house of Leonata?
You are a villain. I jest not. You have killed a sweet and innocent lady, and her death shall fall heavy on you. Let me hear from you.
What meanest thou, Count?
To avenge the honor of the fair lady Hero.
In truth, the lady hath no honor to defend.
You brave jest as braggarts do their blades, which God we thank, hurt not. Your brother is fled from Messina, and you have among you killed an innocent lady. For my Lord Blackbeard there, he and I shall meet.
He is in earnest?
In most profound earnest, I'll warn you, and for the love of Beatrice.
And hath challenged thee?
Most sincerely, this certainly is one of disturbing interest.
Hark you there, come. This man has message with news of grave importance for you both.
Priest, this is where I come in to save the day. Action. Good sirs, I come in to warn you of a treacherous villainy. My men and I have indeed comprehended a man who has shared much information with us. This whole misapparition of the fair Hero is a vulgar plot. Convincing though it may seem, it was the work of the dastardly villain, Don John. Alas, the common woman you glimpsed 2 nights ago was not the fair Hero, but another of undoubtedly less virtue. Good day.
Didst thou comprehend, man? Surely my daughter's proved innocent of all your lies.
I have drunk poison while he uttered his. Sweet Hero, now thy image doth appear in the rare semblance I loved it first.
I thank you, princes, for my daughter's death. Mark it with your high and mighty deeds. 'Twas bravery done if you bethink you of it.
I know not how to pray your patience, yet I must speak. Choose your revenge yourself. Impose upon me what penance your invention can lay upon my sin. Yet sinned I not within mistaking.
By my soul, nor I. Truly all the desire for evil doth fall upon my brother, the villainous Don John.
I see that 'tis true that thou didst not proceed with malicious intent. In my heart, I can yet find room to forgive you and be reconciled. But I cannot bid you bid my daughter live. That were impossible. But I pray you both, Profess to all people how innocent she died. And, if your love can labor on in sad invention, hang her an epitaph upon her tomb, and sing it to her bones. Sing it tonight. Tomorrow morning come to my house. And since you could not be my son-in-law, yet be my nephew. My brother hath a daughter, almost a copy of my child that is dead. And she alone is heir to both of us. Give her the right you should have given her cousin, and so dies my revenge.
Your overkindness offering tears from me. I henceforth dispose of poor Claudio and embrace your offer.
Until tomorrow morning, lords, farewell.
We will not fail.
Tonight I'll mourn with Hero.
The God of love that sits above and loves me and loves me. How pitiful I deserve. Mary, I cannot write it in rhyme, for I can find out no rhyme for lady, but baby. An innocent rhyme for scorn, horn, a hard rhyme. For school, fool, a babbling man. Nay, I was not born on a rhyming planet, nor was I made to woo in festival terms. Sweet Beatrice, wouldst thou come when I called thee?
Yea, Signor, and depart when you bid me.
Oh, stay but till then.
Then is spoken. Therefore, fare you well. And yet, let me leave with that which I came for, which is to know what hath passed between you and Count Claudio.
Only foul words, and thereupon I will kiss thee.
Foul words is foul wind, and foul wind is foul breath, and foul breath is noisome. Therefore, I will depart unkissed.
Thou hast frightened the word out of his right sense. So forcible is thy wit. But I must tell thee plainly. Claudio undergoes my challenge, and I must either shortly hear from him or subscribe him a coward. And I pray thee, tell me, for which of my bad parts didst thou first fall in love with me?
For them all together, which maintain so politic a state of evil that they would not allow any good parts to intermingle with them. But for which of my good parts did you first suffer love for me?
Suffer love? A good epithet. I do suffer love indeed, for I love thee against my will.
In spite of your heart, alas, I think, poor heart. But if you spite it for mine, I shall spite it for yours. For I could never love that which my friend hates.
Thou and I are too wise to woo peaceably. And now tell me, how doth your cousin?
Very ill.
And how do you?
Very ill too.
Serve God, love me and mend. And there shall I leave you, for here's one in haste.
Niece, you must come. It is proved our fair hero is falsely accused, the prince and Claudio mightily abused, and Don John, the author of all, who is fled and gone. Will you come presently? Signor, will you come hear this news?
I will live in thy heart, die in thy lap, and be buried in thine eyes. And moreover, yes, I will go with thee to thy isles.
Did I not tell you she was innocent?
Well, daughter and niece, retire into a chamber by yourselves, and when we bid for you, come hither, madam. We shall await the princess.
Friar, I must entreat your pains, I think.
To do what, Signor?
To bind me or undo me. One of them. The truth of the matter is, the Lady Beatrice doth regard me with an eye of favor.
That I, my daughter, lent her. 'Tis most true.
And I do with an eye of love requite her.
The sight wherefore I think you had from Claudio and the princes. But what's your will?
Your answer is enigmatic. But for my will is your goodwill, that we may this day be conjoined in the state of honorable marriage. In which, good friar, I shall desire your help.
My heart is with your liking.
And my help. Here comes the prince and Claudio.
Good morrow to this fair assembly.
Good day, Prince. Good day, Claudio. We here attend you. Are you yet determined today to marry my brother's daughter?
I'll hold my mind where she neath you.
Ladies, come forth.
Which is the lady I must seize upon?
This here is she, and I do give her you.
Why, then she's mine. Sweet, let me see your face.
That you shall not, till you take her hand before this friar, and swear to marry her.
Very well. Give me your hand before this holy friar. I am your husband, if you like of me.
And when I lived, I was your other wife. And when you loved, you were my other husband.
Another hero!
Nothing certainer. One hero died defiled, but I do live. And surely as I live, I am a maid.
The former hero! The hero that was dead!
She died, my lord, whilst her slander lived.
All this amazement cannot qualify. When after the holy rites are ended, I'll tell you largely of fair hero's death. Meantime, let wonder seem familiar, and to the chapel let us presently.
Soft and fair, friar. Which is Beatrice?
I answer by that name. What is your will?
Do not you love me?
No, no more than reason.
Why then your aunt and the prince and Claudio have been deceived. They swore you did.
Do not you love me?
Troth, no. No more than reason.
Why then my aunt and cousin are much deceived, for they did swore you did.
They swore you were almost sick for me.
They swore you were well nigh dead for me.
'Tis no such matter. Then you do not love me?
No, but in friendly recompense.
Come, niece, I am sure you love a gentleman.
And I'll be sworn upon it that he loves her. For here's of note, written in his own hand, a halting sonnet of his own pure brain, fashioned to Beatrice.
And here's another written in my cousin's handwriting containing her affections unto Benedict.
Ha! A miracle! Here's our own hands against our hearts. Come, I will have thee. But by this light, I take thee for pity.
I would not deny you under this good day, for I yield upon great persuasion, and partially to save your life, for I was told you were in a consumption.
Peace. Let our war be done.
Benedict, the married man.
And what are thee? Art thou sad? Get thee a wife! Get thee a wife! Come, let's have dancing.
And just like that, the case was closed. Benedict and Beatrice finally agreed on one thing, marriage, and were ready to argue about everything else for the rest of their lives. Even after all of that, Claudia and here were still hopelessly fallen in love. And rumor has it that Dom Pedro and Leonardo have been seen having quite a few coffees together. But, as we have all learned from this story, never trust rumors. As for Don John, no one knows what happened to him, but nobody cares. As for me, I have one more case in the books and one more heroic adventure in my autobiography. The name's Dogberry, signing off.
Well, thank you so much for watching, and I hope you all enjoyed. I just would like to give a special thanks to Miss Jones, our director. And for Mr. Carter, our co-director. I'd just like to give them a little bit of thanks. So if you could please come on stage.
This was very much their production that they made happen. When we started the year, we had a different plan for what drama was going to look like, and that didn't end up happening. But these students said they wanted to do a show no matter what. They helped, in some cases, write this show. They came up with the idea of where to set it and which show to do. They came up with costumes and lines, and they made this happen. So I am very proud of them.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'd just like to add my thanks to what Gillian's just said. I've been in Albania since the turn of the year, and this was a perfect introduction to working at GDQ for me. The privilege, absolute privilege, of working with this cast of young people since we came in January has been absolutely wonderful. It's been moving, it's been emotional, and it has been a great journey. And I am so thrilled with what they've achieved tonight. Can we give them a really big round of applause?
I missed it. I did.